Hey, I'm Reverend Billy here in lovely downtown Prospect Park. And, amen, we have a hiker coming by. I've got a series of questions, a series of riddles here that I've sketched out that I would like to, I'm hoping it adds up to a micro comic funny sermon for the Earth Church this Sunday. Now, today's Wednesday, so I still have a couple days to work on it. I call it the What's More Important game. The What's More Important game. All right, what's more important? The fact that Hurricane Otis and Beryl were stronger with winds up to 200 miles an hour because the ocean was warming? Or is it more important that the fact that 80 million jobless African teenagers have synchronized their nightmares and the walls of American greatness are blowing down? Amen? Ready for another one? What's more important? The fact that there is a 70% probability that climate change is increasing the power of deadly tropical storms? Or is it more important the fact that all the material of the earth is made of intelligence and that therefore the incredible wind and waves are not natural disasters, they are natural thinking by the universe, by the earth? A logical response, wouldn't you say, to human beings? Somebody would say that's a logical response. Blow them away with a good hurricane. All right, let me continue with this experiment. You with me? What's more important? The fact that the Gaia theory is brilliantly correct. The Earth is a self-regulating organism and the plants and animals are co-creators of the climate. Or is it more important that we have methodically, the Western governments and their proxies have methodically slaughtered the natives and enslaved peoples who believe that the Earth is alive, who for thousands of years believed the earth was alive long before it was named Gaia. How you doing? Somebody give me a comment now. I need some feedback. Should I continue with my riddles? My what's more important game? All right, here we go. What's more important? The fact that you become a radical by reacting to traditional people and saying, no, 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 thank you, no, no. And each time you say no, you change, you become a little more radical, you become a better person. That's one way to change, right? Or what's more important? Is it more important to leave where you lived and walk straight into the impossible wilderness where every act by human beings and by nature is indecipherable, baffling, dangerous, and you lose track of how much you've changed, and you completely reinvent yourself and you let the world around you reinvent you, and you're not burdened by the past at all. You're flying into the future. Well,
why aren't you running for mayor, Rev?
I ran for mayor 10 years ago and it was a disaster. Didn't you know that? I'm talking to Miranda, the camera person. Didn't you know that I ran for mayor?
I knew that, but I didn't know it was a disaster.
The Green Party ticket, yeah. All right, you ready for another one?
Let's hear it.
What's more important? The liberal Democrat who still believes that the model, the national model that we should live by, has corporations in control of us? Or is it more important to live your life stumbling and confused and whacked out. Be an eccentric who lives at the edge of society knowing that something is terribly wrong. But see, that I think that's not good, because I'm obviously, as the author, I'm obviously disapproving of the liberal Democrat, and I am self-identifying with the whack job eccentric. So I don't know. I don't know if I think I broke the rules there. I'm supposed to present the two alternatives as where a person would go, in my lifetime I've probably approved of both of those options, or something like that.
Mind if I voice some more comments?
Yes, please, Miranda.
Matt Brallo, why don't you run independent? You would make it close, you know?
Run as an independent, all right. I'm going to try to imagine this now, since my congregation is telling me that possibly I should run as an independent. I'm going to continue my riddle game here, my what's more important game, but I'm going to do it thinking in some part of my mind that this could possibly be me at a podium in front of a bunch of people. Okay, being a candidate. Okay, all right. Here we go. What's more important? Making money or surviving? Your choice. Vote for Reverend Billy and you'll survive. Because God knows I don't make money. All right, here we go. I'm broke. What's more important? The rise in carbon units per million, or the cryptocurrency market rate today? Once again, I undoubtedly support the first answer. What's more important is the rise in carbon parts per million. I'm still working out this game, see? Someday it'll be a famous board game like Monopoly. All right, here we go. What's more important? The suicide of Native American young people? Or is it important that celebrities make the cover of People magazine because they got sober and apologized to their traumatized children? Once again, you know what my choice is. Let me continue. Is our friend going to vote for me, do you think? All right. What is more important? The fact that fire and flood and drought and the fatal noonday sun are driving us to frenzied fetishizing of completely inconsequential shopping? Or, what is more important? The fact that we are put in a trance by the virtual reality of Silicon Valley's inventions? What's more important? Too much information coming to us too rapidly, killing our personal imaginations so we feel stupid and lonely? Or is it more important that the fact that imagination is now gone from our larger society, completely gone, so that America makes nonsense products like, you fill in the blank. All right, I'll fill in the blank. A nonsense American product, the driverless car. It turned in my notebook here it's got multiple failed sermons. I just turned to this at random. Here is the inevitable storyline. We permit this yawning gap between common decency and killer gangsters. This makes an atmosphere of cynicism and helplessness. And through this distorted psycho landscape comes the physical result, the sixth extinction, now in progress. Now it is overwhelming and inevitable, and it is now privileged nonsense to plan for a future. There's no future. Sound like the Sex Pistols there. The expansion of fields of complexities is so fast. The extinction is our single material fact. Our culture is radically changed. the history of science and the arts and national ideas of... Now it's possibly a wonderful thing for all of us that I can no longer read my writing. This is Reverend Billy. Miranda, do we have any more?
We've got a hello from Nottingham, UK.
Nottingham. Oh, Nottingham. I got arrested there. At the Disney store. Do you have a mall that has a Disney store? This is 15 years ago, though.
Lol. LOL.
I got arrested there. And I went to the local jail. And they were extremely polite. And I told them about the sweatshops and about the, the cancerous polyester and, that the CEO of Disney makes $1 billion a year and all that. And then they were very nice and they said, oh, is that right? And they put me in the jail. And my fellow protesters, Ange Taggart and, some of the people that grew up to be Extinction Rebellion Global, like Claire Farrell and those kinds of people. This is when they were kids. And they waited outside, and after a couple hours, while I was in jail, they served tea. They gave me tea through a hole in the door, a little window in the door. A little window in the door opened up, and I'm sitting there feeling depressed, and an arm reaches in with some tea, if you please.
You know what that's the result of? It must have been in response to the demonstrations for Free Billy. They said it's Angie, and Angie remembers it well.
Is Angie there?
Uh-huh.
Ange! Do you remember that? I felt good for the rest of my stay. It was only a couple hours. Well, thank you for letting me try my this week's sermon. We're going to hold forth at 36 Lowisana Avenue C in the East Village. That's Avenue C at 3rd Street at 5 p.m. And the Stop Shopping Choir will be there. And maybe we'll see some of you. We'd like to send a veggie-powered Learjet over to Nottingham and, to pick up some of the Brits. We're supposed to come and perform in the UK in late October. Depends on what the British Arts Council says. But thank you for being with us. Somebody give me a transatlantic Earth-alleluia!
Earth-alleluia!
Amen.